in here. She's Ava. I am Betty. You might know me as well because you can see me in the Career Center office. I work as the career counselor and system analyst. And
My name is Top. You also may be familiar with my face. I am the internship desk counselor. You may have seen me at the Career office also. Thank you.
okay, this side, so that Kun Nopawan can have an idea of our profiles here. Okay, please state your name, country, and what field of study.
Uh, my name is Keng. I'm Thai. I'm studying energy economy and planning at Seoul School.
Masters.
Master.
Okay.
I'm Nishant Sanvilya. I am from Nepal. I'm presently doing my MBA.
Hello everyone, I am Ratikan Bari from India. I am doing my MBA in Seoul.
Hello everybody, my name is Nipun. I have done my engineering in 2008. Now I am doing MBA in School of Management. I am from India.
I'm a student of the master program of environmental engineering.
Good afternoon for all. My name is Ikram. I am from Afghanistan in the field of RSGIS.
Remote sensing.
Mujtaba Manayi from Afghanistan and now in field of energy, EPS and electrical power system engineering.
Good afternoon everyone. My name is Maybell. I am an HR manager of AIT. I come to attend the workshop to learn more about interview.
I am Ali. I'm PhD candidate in urban environmental management from Pakistan.
My name is Ija Zahra. I come from Indonesia. I'm from agricultural system management, PhD student.
Hello everyone, my name is Angel. I come from China. Now I'm Master of Gender and Development in Seoul.
Hello everybody, I'm Sankas Shrestha from Nepal. I'm studying in water engineering and management in SET. And I joined AIT last year in August 2012.
Hi, I'm Shruti. I'm from India. I'm a filmmaker. Hello everyone, I'm Sanita Agarwal from Nepal. I graduated from AIT and now working at Research Associate.
Hello everyone, I'm Anisa Mohammed from Nepal and I'm doing my master's in water engineering and math.
My name is Natapan. I'm from Thailand. I'm doing master degree in information and communication technology.
Hello everyone, I'm Kupila Thapa from Nepal. I'm doing my master in GDS and now this is my thesis here. So all of you, okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Jawad and I'm doing my master's in disaster preparedness, mitigation and management. Thank you.
She comes every Wednesday.
Yeah, Angel comes all the time. And thank you for also coming here. We'll have this career talk every Wednesday. So next week, many of our surge students or environment students have, had a feedback that some companies during the fair, are not catered for them. It's quite difficult because it's a social field also, right? So next week we'll have mostly for scholarships or surge-related organizations like scholarship is Institute for International Education. They'll be presenting to you about the East-West Center, the leadership program and fellowship program. So it's definitely open for all. Oxfam is coming. I hope some of you here are familiar with Oxfam GB and RECOT, the Center for People and Trees. Okay, it's also an environment company, as well as Burley Juker. They have some products here. That's for next week. After that would be TICOM, mainly for our PC, CS, ICT students, as well as some mark on the next weeks. So I think we have already more or less enough of you here, and you're waiting for the JobsDB talk. Do all of you here have all of you here gone to the JobsDB website? Huh? Have you inputted your data there? Not yet. No, not yet. Okay. So this afternoon we are very honored to have with us the the General Manager of Jobs DB Thailand. Okay, if you have not uh, if you have not heard about Jobs DB, I hope you do. It's the #1 job site in Asia Pacific, offering over tens of thousands of job opportunities every day. And it is also the largest recruiting network across this region. So I think you have even heard some of our students or alumnus who have shared here that they got their job from JobsDB by entering into their website. So this afternoon we are honored and we please welcome Ms. Nopawan Chulakanista, General Manager of JobsDB, who will introduce to you about JobsDB Thailand, their services, as well as share to you some interview and CV preparation tips. So let's give a big hand to Kunak.
Thank you, Ms. Color. Let me introduce myself again. My name is Nopawan Julaganit. I'm the General Manager of JobsDB Thailand. And I mean, since most of you probably have heard us before, but some of you may thought this is new to you. Actually, we are not the company who are actually hiring directly. But what we are doing is we actually the job website that we are actually the medium between most of the corporations in Thailand who are actually looking for the candidates here. And also the other side, we would have a lot of a pool of job seekers who are also looking for jobs. But what we are different from the other job websites is actually we are actually the top job website in Asia, because apart from Thailand, we also have the other website in the other countries like in Hong Kong, Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, Indonesia. Actually we have a lot, across this. So if you have a chance, please go to visit our website. And by that, you can choose the countries that you wish to work for, and then you can start searching or browsing the jobs. And we have a lot of jobs available over there. And then you can see, even now you are still studying. I still encouraging you to go to visit the website because you will see the trend, the recruitment trend. So you will know that, after you graduate, you will be ready for the job interview and to work for the company as well. And most of the things that I'm going to share today, I thought most of you probably know already. But there are a lot of small things that people forgot when they do the interview. And it's easy to fail for the interview and later on to get your dream job. So I hope that the things that I'm going to talk to you will be very useful for you in the future. Okay. So first of all, I would like, I think there are a lot of things that people probably forget before they go for an interview. Okay, let me skip into the interview first, and later on I will introduce our company again so you understand what we are doing. They have very little knowledge about the company that they are applying for. And this is actually one of the common questions that most of the HR, the company will ask. As the initial questions like, what do you know about the company? And most of the interviewee, they actually fail to be prepared for that. So they won't be able to answer well on the interview day. And there are a lot of things that, people forgot as well when they do. For example, 21%, using the wrong, hand gesture. They normally touching on their hair, something like styling, those kind of things. So, make sure that you won't do that during your interview, because most of the HR or most of the hiring managers, they will grant actually from head to toe at the first grant. So that's why the statistics show that actually 55% of the people, it's the way that you dress. It's actually very powerful. Many people also fail on that, they thought, okay, interview is something very casual, so they can dress as everyday dress. And I think from seeing what people are dressing here, in the room, we can say that you have very casual working, studying environment, right? But actually in the, working world, there are some of the company that are very, very traditional. They still prefer, men to wear something like necktie, proper shoes, and everything. So get ready for that. But women will be more complicated because for women there are a lot of things that have to be prepared, like hair, makeup, dress, a lot of things. I can share you the example of the things that people feel later on, okay, in details. And for the clothes, a lot of people sometimes they dress too powerful, like too trendy or too fashionable. It's also probably not suitable for the interview day. Something like many people may say that do like Romans do, right? But I think in that case you have to go to see the real working environment first. In some of the company right now they allow you to wear something like t-shirt or jeans or sneakers or whatever. It's very casual. But you shouldn't wear that on the interview day anyway. You have to be prepared for that for interview. Interview day is the most important day because it's the first day that people will judge you. Even you already have a lot of experience, a lot of working, or even qualifications that match with their jobs. But if you fail on the dress, the first thing, they will say, okay, probably this person doesn't know, the working environment or something. That's why people fail on this. And apart from that, on the interview, many people didn't use enough eye contact. Some of them just look or find something on the floor. During interview. And no smiling. Smiling is one of the things that very, very powerful because they want to know you. That's why you have to smile and let them know that you are very friendly and you are prepared. You are actually would like to answer the question that they may ask. So get ready for that. Okay. And a lot of people fail because they use a lot of hand gesture as well. A lot of people like to, expressing themselves by using hair. So be prepared for that. Have to make sure that you use enough. Some people fail to use enough. Some people use too less. So make sure that you use enough hand gesture, eye contact, and posture, everything. By learning about organizations, I don't only mean that, you have to know everything about the company, like what they are doing, what business they are doing, what is their value that they have, so you be able to relate yourself to those values that they believe. You also have to know that what is their product that they sell, what is the market. I know that most of you are doing engineer, right? A lot of you are doing engineer. You will say, well, I need to know those kind of things as well. But actually, all those things are related to, the reason why they have to choose you instead of choosing another 100 persons in the pool. So you have to understand it. And more than that, you must know the competitor as well, the competitor of the company. So you know that what they offer. One of the things that I heard before from one of the big company like Unilever, they used to have a lot of candidates coming in for an interview, and when they ask about, what do you know about us, what do you know about our product, and those interviewees, they actually can explain a lot, but fail to mention competitors' product instead of Unilever product. They actually, speak about P&G product, their main competitor. So even those candidates are very suitable for the position, but because they actually didn't know well about the company product, they fail. Because those of the company, they actually have a lot of choices. So they can choose the best only. Okay. And you must have some specific jobs in mind. I think these of you who are pursuing your master degree now must already know, right? What is your dream job? Or what is the job that you would like to do? This is what I mean is there are a lot of undergrad students, especially here in Thailand, that sometimes they choose the study according according to their parents or their friends. So sometimes they actually didn't know exactly what they would like to do in the future. So that's why that's the reason why I said that you must know what is you are good at. So you will be able to tell the interviewer that this is what I'm good at, you know. And also you have to review your qualifications, so you know that it's actually matched with the job advertisement. Yes, and briefly describe yourself. You know, this is the most common or the first question that most of the company will ask for. The first question they will ask, tell us more about yourself. So that's why you have to be prepared for that. Okay. And also tell them why. This is another reason that they like to ask. That why you want to work for us. So you must be prepared for this question. Same as, what do you know about the company? And why you leave your last job. For those who already, you know, have the last job before, this is the common questions that most of the company like to ask. You must have the valid reason for that. Because right now there are a lot of people that is something like job hopper. So they like to change jobs all the time because they thought that in order to change jobs, they will also increase their salary very quickly. And I think this trap, I mean, most of the HR know already. So they actually spot on that. And if you have, I mean, to change job, I mean, many times before, you know, you have to have a valid reason to tell them. What's this the reason why you like to change job all the time or something like that, okay? Of course, the first question that they ask, tell me about yourself. So that's why I said that you have to prepare for these questions. That will be the most likely that most of the company will ask for these questions. And for the etiquette, for the interview etiquette, okay. First of all, I think you have to know yourself first, what you like, and what you want to be in the future. So in order to be prepared for the interview, I only see that most of the people who are successful for the jobs, they actually be prepared for everything. I mean, they prepare for the pre-interview, post-interview, and also during interview as well. So there are some steps that you have to do. First of all, after you read through very well on the job advertisement that people normally fail to do, because many people thought that, you know, online jobs very easy to apply. You can just read the job title and then you apply. Only few minutes, right, or even few seconds to finish. But actually, you already, you know, fell into the trap that you didn't actually know what exactly of the position that you would like to work for. So you must know the company and of course the person that will interview you. Because many people may not ask, you know, who will be the interviewer for that day. So they actually don't prepare for that. So you must be prepared, you must know them very well, who they are, so you can anticipate the type of question that they may ask. Normally those HR will ask some general questions, you know, and plus some of the job specific questions. But those hiring manager, they normally will ask the direct questions, and they normally will give you to explain or tell them on the real jobs, situation. Something like, if there is in this situation, what are you going to do? Those kind of things. Those hiring manager like to do it so much because they will know whether in the real situation can you apply your knowledge or qualifications into the jobs or not. Okay, so be prepared for this. And for the
For the number one, for example, it's a very big company. How would we go about knowing who would interview us?
Yes, I think you have to ask. That's the reason.
As
Ask the HR. Yes, I think you can ask. Every time when they make an interview, you shouldn't just say okay. You actually have a chance to ask. You should ask them that who would be the interviewer. And so probably you can the names of them. Right now, you can search everything from the internet. There are a lot of people that having their work experience and everything on internet, and even Facebook. Some of the people that I interview are actually looking, some information, some background on the Facebook as well, on the social media. So I know that, afterwards, what is he doing? I mean, is he funny person or something like that? I mean, it's good that we know that person beforehand. That's why I said that we have to do the research. The research can be done by many ways. Or even you can ask some of your friends, or sometimes, right now I see that there are a lot of people asking questions on the web board as well. Something like, I'm going to go for an interview for CP, for example, CP company in the next few days. What should I prepare? Do you know this guy? Something like that. I mean, even, they actually do the research before they go there. So they understand what type of person this person are, so they can be able to answer the right, to be able to give the right answer to the question that they ask. So second things, easy things, but people fail is on resume. Many people don't organize resumes and everything beforehand. I mean, on the interview date, there are a lot of company probably ask you to fill in the application forms. Some of the high technology company may have computer, so you can just fill online. But most of the company probably you still need to bring your pen, pen or pen collector, those kind of things. So you won't make mistake easily. So better prepare for all those material that you need to bring during the interview. And also make sure that you switch off your mobile. I actually didn't, accept a lot of candidates, and I think it's not a good etiquette at all if you turn it on. Some of them turn it on, and some of them even pick up during the interview. That is the worst, experience that I have. I had some of the interviewee, he actually pick up the phone and talk to their friend, that, okay, I'm in the interview, can I call later on, something like that. So I think that's the worst thing that I had, experience. So I hope that if you want to do something like this, just switch off your mobile phone for a few hours. And also beyond time. I think beyond time still not good enough. Actually, what you all have to do is to be there before, at least 20 minutes. One of the things that you have to be aware is you should not only know the address, because there are a lot of companies that only are in a very small soil, or even they are in a big building that you think that's easy to go, you can take BTS or anything like that. But some of the big buildings like Empire Tower that we are, that just CBR, there are actually 60 elevators in the same building. So if you take the long elevators, you go to the wrong floor already. So that's why you have to ask a lot of questions. To get the direction, and you have to be able to be there before the time. So you won't have to rush to go for an interview. And right now is okay. Let me go through for the interview on the interview day. What should you do? Firm shake hand is one of the things that people fail. Most of the time, or even, if you wish to work for Thai company, I still recommend you to why, to pay respect like Thai people do. It's good, so they know that you know their culture. And don't sometimes overestimate, the age of the HR. Some of HR may look very young, so that you may not, pay respect to them. But it's good that you why everyone, you shake hand, you have a firm shake hand. Because firm shake hand also means a lot of things. If you have a loose shake hand, they may thought that you are not interested to work for me, for example. This is very easy things that always happen. So make sure you have a firm shake hand. But not too firm, okay? I think too firm is not good as well. Make sure you have, And also, some of the people, they fail on the interview. Some of them speak too much. I mean, I already had some of the interviewee who can speak for 2 hours. And I mean, without, going to the point that actually the question that I asked. So, one of the tips that I would like to give you now, when you read through the job advertisement, make sure you pick up the keyword in the advertisement, because those keywords are actually the things that the company are looking from you. So those keywords, when you answer the question, make sure you include that keywords into the answer, and it will, benefit you in later on. So don't just speak too much, And also the body posture. I already said that. Don't cross the leg. Don't use too much hand. Body language is very important. And of course, smile. I can see a lot of people smile here. It's already show that you are very friendly, and you are, I mean, it's easy to approach. A lot of people probably very good, but they are very difficult to approach as well. Remember one thing, even you are very, high capable person, but if you cannot work well with a lot of people, for the company, teamwork is the most important thing, right? Yeah. The company objectives, company, goals is the most important thing. But if you only, focus on yourself, very difficult for other people to approach, to work with you. They will know that, okay, probably even you are good, you are actually matched with the qualification that they need, but probably not matched with the company, because we work as a team. So make sure you smile, and you are very easy to talk to. But be polite, polite, say please, say thank you. This is very common. Most of the company are looking for people who are polite. And don't ask about the money first things. A lot of people ask, what would I get from this, something like that. What the company is looking for, they're actually looking for what is the contribution that you can actually contribute to them, right? They will look on their point of view, not your point of view. So remember to think of their point of view. They are actually looking for someone working for them. They're actually not looking for someone who just asks for money first. Money can be later on. From my experience, I can say that I start my job, very low salary. But later on, I realized that, it's good that I didn't ask for the big money first. Because I actually work and show them that I actually work for the money. And later on, they will adjust the salary accordingly. Because on the company, they actually know that human is actually the most important human factors. The resources the company should have and should maintain. So that's why they actually will against your salary with the other, on the same industry already. So, don't ask for the money first. Money can be later on. Okay. Proof to them first. And this is easy. Any people know, no gum and no candy. You shouldn't chew and then you talk. It's actually not good etiquette at all for the interview. And for the name game, use the name that they introduce themselves. So that's the reason why they want you to know. So you must use the same name that they introduce to you. And there are also some of the interview, the public invite you for dinner. This is quite strange situation, but it happen also sometimes. So we actually have some tips for you, so you be prepared for that. First of all, don't drink, right? Otherwise you'll be, out of your mind. You may speak something and show them something that is actually not suitable. Be sure, drink water. Only water for that day first, can be alcohol later on after you get a job. And, be prepared for that. I know it may sound very complicated on the table. Some probably order full set of dinner. Most of the things that I would tell, I think people know already. Use silverware from the one far, and then come like this. Okay, this is the basic things. Okay, and small bite. Don't eat something big, because sometimes they will ask you, and if there's something, the food on your mouth, it will be very difficult to talk, right? So make sure small bite. Actually, I think you should eat something before coming. Okay. Yeah, I think that's better. Eat something before, and then you have to just take some bite, during dinner. And also, don't eat something that is difficult to eat, like chicken wings, that you have to use hand, or pizza, or cheese, So make sure that you eat something easy to eat. And of course, sometimes there are something like lobsters or something that look very tempted, but please don't eat it at that time. It's something small. Okay. And for the bill, you don't need to pay for the bill, because they actually invite you. It will be inappropriate if you actually would like to pay for that. And after interview, this is most of the things that people forget. None of people, actually only few people write a thank you note. Thank you note is one of the magic things that I actually would like, or still encouraging you to do. After every interview, I still think that you should write a thank you note. This shows that, how interested that you are in the jobs and how thoughtful you are. So please do this. And do not tweet. Right now, many people like to tweet, right? Even Facebook. We like to tell the world what we are doing now, but probably not appropriate for the jobs interview. Because some of your friends may know HR, and if you do some complaint, it won't be good at all to be in the public. So don't do it. And there are some small mistakes that people do on the resume. So please avoid them. First of all, many people, they normally, list down all the responsibility that they have. But what you should focus is actually situation, action, and result. And this is true that actually HR hiring managers only take 10 to 30 seconds to read one resume. So that's the reason why I said that you should read your job advertisement well in order to know what is the keyword, and use the keyword in your resume, and use that keyword to answer your question as well. So to see that how important the job advertisements are. And don't lie. HR, especially in Thailand, very small communities. They actually change jobs, around the industry, or even, across the industries. So they actually know everyone very well. So don't, lie. Just tell the truth. People will be very, very easy to get caught on that. And also, make sure that you have your objective statements to make sure that your resume stand out from the others. And poor formatting. Some people used to like fancy font or fancy things, to make them more, distinguished. But actually, no. Please make sure that you are doing, very simple things, but very easy to read and those kind of things. And the length of the resume is also one of the things that many people, something like having 10 years of experience, sometimes they have 10 pages of resume as well. That is actually, false thinking. They should have something like 1 or 2. And even if you have less than 5 years of experience, you should have, make it one page only. Okay. And so let's go to, that's, why that already proved that we actually know what we are doing very well. We actually have doing a lot of research so far in terms of making our website to be very easy to use. Because most of the things that we realize after 20 years is actually simply is the best. So we actually learn about user experience. We actually do a lot of research on user experience. So we know that what is actually job seeker want, and we try to do our website to be toward that. We are actually job website, number one job website in Thailand, and 45% of our job seekers, they actually come back. And 1.5 million job seekers visit every month. We also is the most preferred job website among employers in Thailand. I think you can go to visit us and then you will realize what I'm talking now. Most of the A-list company, those company, international exposure or international company, they normally use us as a medium because they know that most of the high caliber person also come to our website as well. And apart from Thailand, we also have the other 11 countries across Asia Pacific. And this is the website that I actually very pleased to show you. We also do a lot of research on that actually most of the people like something plain. So what we are doing is we tend to do our search box here very big. You can see this is the biggest part actually, because we know that most of the people have something in mind already. What they actually would like to input, the keywords of the company, the job title that they are actually looking for, the job function or the job location. But for those who probably doesn't have any idea yet that what is the company or what is the thing that they actually would like to apply, they can go to our browse area here. On the browse area, you can actually browse job by job function, by job location, and by industry as well. So we actually have everything for everyone. Something from accounting to telecom. I think you will find the one that suits to your study. And we also communicate a lot on the Facebook. We have the Facebook page for accounting, for sales, hospitality, or engineer. Actually for many job functions. So please do communicate with us if you have further questions that you wish to ask. Okay. So that's it for my part. And I wish that the things that I have already taught would be very benefit to you. But last of all is, do you have any questions that you wish to ask?
Supply chain.
Yes. Sorry that the font is quite small.
Okay.
And actually, sorry that we cannot go online. If we can see that. Actually, we have the third one, banking and finance.
Okay. I will see.
Yeah, banking and finance here. And there are also IT here, hospitality, engineer, education. There's actually a list of a lot of things here. And even it is not listed here. You can actually search from the box here. Because the box, they will suggest a keyword.
Okay.
Also.
So one candidate need to register with your job site, right? Before getting the service.
Yeah, actually there are two things. You can simply deposit your, resume there.
Okay.
You actually can use your online resume, the resume you have on the Word document, and you attach them. You can do that as well. It only, I think, 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes. And you become our member and you can apply. But apart from that, you can also still, apply without being our member as well. Yes, we are actually very open.
I didn't graduate yet. If I apply, and how long does the job DBs call me?
Okay. will increase the chance of getting the jobs there. And as I told you, all of you, I mean, even now you are studying, it's not worth only going to see the website, so you know the trend, what's going on the business world, but it's actually the qualifications that most of the company are looking for in the same job title, you know. For example, sales or sales engineers, for example. There are actually there are a variety of needs across companies. And even the same job title, only doing different things in different companies. So that's why encourage you to go to see the job, the job advertisement and browse and read and then go to see many of them. So you get an idea that what is actually the industry need for this position. So you get ready, you be prepared for that. Okay. The active one. We only have the active jobs on our site. We don't have any fake or anything at all. We have only active jobs on the site. And here you can also use your search. If you do the search before, you know that you can, actually it's history. So you need to write down again. And you can also create your job alert. For now, for those who are still studying, I also encourage you to get job alert on your email. So you can have a look on a daily basis that you know what's going on, what is the most of the titles that most of the company like to, that they are looking for, and what is the job qualifications that they are looking for. Okay. And this is the browse job function, the browse jobs that I say. Actually, when you go to account, there are also some keywords suggested. Like, under accounting, they actually audit, credit control, general accounting, taxation, or others. Same like in engineer. Most of you doing engineering right now, you can see that we have 200 jobs in chemical, engineer, in energy, in engineering project, in health and safety, in maintenance, manufacturing. So we actually have a lot of things. And even after we click there are actually a job list. So you can see the qualification here. And after you go through, you'll see the ads and everything. Okay. And for these sections, premium company is actually most of the top employers in Thailand who actually would like to, attract most of the candidates here, because there are a lot of people probably know the company name by their brand name, not by their company name. So it's very difficult sometimes. So that's why most of the company like to use the logo in order to, for those candidates to know that, okay, this is actually, for example, Krispy Kreme, people know the brand name, right? Krispy Kreme. But if you say that, working for KDN company, I want think people will know that this is a Krispy Kreme company in Thailand, for example. So actually this is the reason why they put the logo here. So you can go through the long list. I think after, it takes actually many hours, to go through until the end of the list. Actually, most of the company listed here are the premium one, the premium company in Thailand. Okay. For those of you who actually thought that, okay, I would like to get a job through job agency. We also have top agency here. Those are recruitment company who are actually doing the headhunting service as well. And most of the headhunting service in Thailand, normally you don't need to pay. Be sure you don't pay, okay? Because actually they will get the revenue from the company, not from the candidates. And we also have company hiring this week. This is most of the updated company that looking for the candidates. corner. But sorry, we have only Thai. I mean, Thai articles that we have in these sections. Okay. And for those who said that, okay, I would like to looking for a job in another country as well, you can also change country. You can go to Hong Kong, for example. Hong Kong is one of the, I mean, it's actually our headquarters. You can see there are about 48,000 jobs available in Hong Kong. I mean, if you're being JobsDB member, you can actually using the same username password to apply for every jobs in the other country as well. So there is the other benefits, you know, and you can actually come to our site at any time. So you don't need to, you know, start looking for the resume. You may put it somewhere. That's the reason why being a member is good for you when you're looking for the jobs. Yes. Okay. And also we have the other, I mean, like Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, China. Okay. Is any other questions?
I would like to know, you said already that the resume should be very much compact and detailed. So can you give us some example how we outline our resume and how should we present it? Thank you.
Sorry that I have only Thai, but I think you can read, right? Yes. I think most of all we have to understand why we need resume for. So we need to make sure that we actually have to, you know, put your qualifications, skills, and experience there. I think that these three things are the most important things that have to contain in the good resume. And this is actually, sorry, can you see? Yes, this is an example of the resume that, I mean, the good thing about this is actually they put the highlight here. They put the highlight. So company, you know, that actually this is the objective, why you would like to work for the company. And just list down their education and work experience. And also skills and languages here. Okay. And for educations, I mean, a lot of you probably doing MBA, master degree, and then later on probably PhD or something like that. So make sure that you put it in, you know, in their year order. Otherwise, it will be very confusing. And for those who actually don't have any works experience yet, the things that I want to highlight is please put in your activities during school. You know, this is actually show a lot that you are not only, you know, study, you actually doing a lot of things as well during your study. Sometimes, you know, you can also highlight that there are some probably semester, some term that you have a lot of projects or a lot of report. And you can tell them that, you know, you're actually working with a lot of people from the different groups. And you can also manage the time very well. So you can manage, you know, working as a group, and then you can manage several projects in one term. And you can also highlight that. I mean, as, you know, one of the things that, you know, even I have no work experience, but I'm doing a lot of project work with many people. Because this is very similar to the work environment, that you have to work with a lot of, I mean, many departments and many people. Okay?
And,
yes.
or you can go ahead with the one format, the standard one.
I would recommend you to have one format, but do some, you know, a little bit minor change. Just a little bit minor change. Otherwise, you will confuse yourself as well. I mean, if you have too many, you will probably later on, you know, if you made up as well or something, probably you will be confused.
And most of the organization, they ask for resume or CV, because there is a difference, I
Actually,
guess.
it's the same things. I mean, some company may prefer to use resume, some company may use CV. Same things. I think that is common term. Yeah, can use both in the shape of it.
In the resume, so there's the need
said that, if you have less than 5 year experience, it's better to stick it to one page. I think this one page format has already tell everything that the company needs. They can find out later, on some of the details that they may want. Okay. Sorry in Thai, but I can, tell you. Okay, what is the tips for the things that you should do? I mean, as I said, that should stick into one page, Make sure that you put the keywords there. And also, don't make any mistakes. I already tell you 10 seconds, right, for one resume. It's very easy to spot mistake, especially for myself. I like to spot mistakes so much. And if I spot mistake, I just, know that this person probably is not good enough. Because you are not careful. Okay. One of the things that people shouldn't do, like some of the people asking for money first. This is one of the things that I said you shouldn't mention about money. You shouldn't write any very long sentence without any specific objective. Make sure you don't make any mistakes there. And for those company, I mean, there are still some of the company may thought that, they want you to send send resume or send letter by mail. Make sure that you don't use, some people may like good smell paper or something like that. It's not good at all. It's not very business look. Make sure only white, plain A4 paper, Simply is the best. Okay. And okay, this is actually the dress code that we would recommend you to do. I mean, for Thailand, most of the people are still prefer you to wear something like shirt, necktie, and didn't have any fancy hairstyle. I think here is no problem. But the reason why we have to have this because JobsDB also go to a lot of university, like undergrad and undergrad students, and some of the Thai undergrad students right now they like to have red hair, yellow hair, those kind of things. So I would think that in order to be prepared, you have to change yourself first. Okay. And this is for men. And don't do something like this. I think it looks very fashionable. Too fashionable. It's like Korean look, So it's good to go out more than for a job interview. And this, I think it's too bold color. Red probably doesn't good for the interview as well. Wear something plain, black and white, those kind of things. I think it's very classic and very basic. And this is also very fashionable. I mean, jackets too long, everything. And this is also, I mean, actually it's good, but I think, the length is not appropriate. Yeah, make sure about this. And for women, I think women is even more difficult than men. There are a lot of things there. I also come across with a lot of interviewee who like to wear, very big earring, to make them look good, but actually it's not appropriate for interview, Or even sometimes they put a lot of perfume. Yeah, it's too much, so it's not good as well. Or some of them like to make up a lot. Also not good, not good. But I still recommend you to do some makeup for the woman. Like myself, if I don't make up, people will think that I'm ill. Actually, I'm not ill, but that's why you have to have enough makeup, so people know that okay, you are healthy and something like that. Okay. And for the shoes as well, I know that I'm sometimes being too much careful on the details, but these little things add up for the interview. Make sure you wear the proper shoes. And for male, I also recommend you to wear black sock. Don't wear white one, because white sock I think is good for doing sports, not for the interview. Make sure these little things, important. Yes, this one is not suitable. Why? Too fashionable for the woman. Okay, for the interview. This one good. Otherwise, interviewer will not see your face, will look something else instead. So make sure not dress something like that. This also, only show too much. No, it's not good. It's too short. Skirts. This is example of the things that you shouldn't dress for the interview. Things that you should do in the interview I already go through. Make sure that you say hello, have a firm shake hand or sawasdee for Thai people. Make sure you have enough eye contact, that I say. Smile all the time. You shouldn't speak too fast or too slow. A lot of people sometimes didn't, some of the people didn't answer a lot of, enough answer. They only say yes or no, without giving any reason why they say no. So make sure that you do this. And also, don't tell lie. Answer the things from your heart. Even sometimes you don't know. You can tell them that you don't know. I think it's very common that some of the questions probably there is no real answer. And some of the companies just would like to see, where you are very frank to them. So if you don't know the answer, you can tell them that I don't know. But I can find out the answer for you later on or something. Okay? And thank you and please. This is the thing I already say. Don't turn on your mobile phone. Don't speak too much. Don't only say yes or no. Don't use a lot of hand gesture. I think I already speak about this already. Yes, that's it. Yes, do you have any other questions?
I wanted to ask a simple question like, how do you negotiate on the salary part? Let me put it in a different way. Like, if the employer asks you how much are you expecting to get paid, how do you approach on that?
Okay. The end of the year. It's actually publicly open for everyone. You can go to see something like Adecco. Adecco is one of them. Adecco is one of the recruitment company. You can go to see from their website. So you will know that actually what is the range of the salary for those company, for those positions. So you know it, beforehand. So, what would I suggest is I actually wouldn't, as I said that you shouldn't ask about money first, right? But if the company asks you what is the salary that you are actually expecting to, I would actually will ask them back, for myself in the case. What is the actually expecting, salaries that actually the company can offer for? I would let them answer the question first. And then later I can see that whether this is suit with the things that on my head already. After I'm doing the researching from the website as well, I think that's the best thing. Yeah, you actually should, let them speak first. Ask them that actually how much they can offer.